come on in. I have a little secret to share with you. And that's that it's not that deep, sis. Take a breath. Take a breath. Let's all take a breath together, because I think that I need to take a breath as well too. So here we go. We tried. I got one good one in. It's not that deep, girly pop. It's really not. And I think that this past week specifically, I've been really asked to come to terms with that and to fully accept and embody that. Literally, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. I sat down. Actually, I didn't sit down. I laid down in my bed. I got all comfy cozy. I had this whole video idea planned. I hit record and I went to go edit it, and I was like, this is just not it. This is just not it. I'm not feeling it. It doesn't feel good. Yucky, yucky, yucky. And I just got so in my head about it and so frazzled. I took my dog Mars for a walk afterwards because I was like, I just need to ground a little bit and like get out of my own way, get out of my head. And I went to go walk and I was like, why do I get so frazzled when things do not go the way in which I planned? As an Aries to my core, my sun sign is an Aries. My life path number is number 8 and my attitude number is 8. It is all about control for me. And I just really have to surrender and melt into, it's not that fucking deep. Them texting you back, not that fucking deep. Creative endeavors, going to film a video diary and it not going the way in which you planned, not that fucking deep. Fears around whether people will like me or not, or how I look when I leave the house, not that fucking deep. Me putting on these pants, I went to go put these pants on and I was like, I've worn these in 2 other videos so far this past month. And then I was like, girl, it's not that fucking deep. I went and I wanted to go put on some foundation on my face because I'm having a little bit of a mild outbreak because of my hormones. And I just was thinking, well, I don't want to like be putting on makeup when I go in front of the camera because I want to be authentic and I want to be true to myself. And it's like, it's not that fucking deep, sis. Like literally, like just shut the fuck up. That has been me lately to myself. Like literally just shut the fuck up, chill the fuck out and take a chill pill. Take a chill pill. Take several chill pills. I need those magnesium supplements. I need them now, right now, at this very moment. And I've really been trying to melt into that, of it just not being that deep, and me letting go of this perceived control that I have over things, and my mind just like being mean to me, and my mind trying to make me make a drama out of literally nothing. I also think for the longest time, I have had a very, very convoluted view over, there's a bee that just like landed on my camera lens, convoluted view over people's views of me. If you are texting me and you put a period at the end of your sentence, I'm like, oh my God, it's actually the end of the world. It's Armageddon. Like I'm never going to recover from this. And I've really been trying to just melt into, that's not that deep either. These conversations that you are holding with people, you are creating this narrative in your head about how they went, what they thought of you, what you said, what they said, how you responded, how you looked in that moment. And I think that as women, we are raised to think that way, to think that how we present ourselves is very, very important to society, and how we present ourselves to our peers and to other women is very, very important. And I've really been trying to just like shed that belief and shed that preconceived notion after I walk away from conversations, because literally, like, if you were to have asked me, I've gotten better at it, but if you were to have asked me 2 years ago, if I hung out with a group of friends, I'm thinking about it for the next 2 to 3 business days afterwards. I'm going through everything that I said. I'm thinking about what they said and what I said in return, and whether my joke that I said was funny or not, and whether I looked good or I didn't look good, or I looked sloppy or I looked presentable. And I'm like, as I'm going through this healing journey, it was never that deep to begin with. It was never that deep to begin with. And I think that through text message specifically, it's so easy to create a narrative in your head for who you're speaking to and to create a narrative for how people are responding to you after you send a text. And I am an avid, can you check what I read? Texter to my partner, to my sister. Like, did what I say make sense? Did what I say make sense? Like, do you think that they'll understand what I'm saying? Did I come off as too blunt? Did I come off as too much? Like, girl, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That's what I have to say to that. Like, trust yourself. And I think that in saying it's not that deep, we really, really invite trust forward in that moment, because you have to trust yourself in those moments. In that moment of, should I put on makeup? The reason that I asked that was because I was thinking, how are people going to perceive me? Because I'm wearing makeup in front of the camera and I'm someone who's presenting myself as a very authentic human being on a healing journey. I had to ask myself, do I want to wear makeup in this moment? Do I think that I will feel better if I put on makeup? And my truth was yes. I think that we really have to take these sacred pauses when we are creating these narratives in our head. So if you're having that moment of sending a text and let's say that they didn't respond as fast as they did the day prior, and you start creating these narratives and spinning these tales of, oh my God, did I say the wrong thing? Do they not like me anymore? Are they never going to hang out with me? Am I annoying? Am I annoying? I think that is like, if you were to ask me what is like the number one question that I've asked myself in the past when it comes to social situations, am I an annoying ass bitch? Am I annoying? Even as I'm speaking right now, I'm like, I wonder if I sound annoying right now. Like, I think that it's a fear that is instilled in a lot of women who come off as too much, who are loud, who are audacious, who are brave, who are courageous. It can come off as, who the fuck does she think she is? And I want to say something to you. Be audacious. Have people ask, who the fuck does she think that she is? Because it's not that deep. In you being your true authentic self, you are going to rile emotions in others because you are a reflection to that person of things that they wish that they had within themselves. They wish that they could be that loud. They wish that they could be that adventurous. They wish that they could be that bold. And in that jealousy or envy or annoyance, whatever you want to call it, that comes forth for them, you are just reflecting to them parts within themselves that they are hiding or they are ignoring. And in you being authentic, you are an invitation for them to look inward at those parts of themselves. And I think for so long, I've just always been like, oh my God, I am just an annoying ass bitch. I am a Gemini rising. Take that with what you will. I just found that out, by the way, literally like 2 months ago. I've always been into astrology. And literally after 10 years of thinking that I was a Taurus rising, I realized that I got my timing off by like literally 2 minutes. Yeah, I'm a Gemini rising. I'm not sure exactly how I feel about that yet, but as I'm speaking to the camera and I'm yapping so ferociously, I'm like, I guess that makes sense. You have to stop and you have to pause and you have to ask yourself, after you send that text or after you say that thing or after you make that joke, did it feel like my truth? Did it feel good and right to me in the moment and to me in my body? And when I go and I reread that text, does it make sense to me? Instead of looking externally for validation on, did it make sense to them? Or did I come off a certain way? Am I being perceived a certain way? Everything is about perception. And a lot of the times we always place that perception externally instead of looking internally inwards at ourselves and how we feel about ourselves and how we feel about what we said or what we did or the clothes that we wore or the makeup that we put on or how we filmed a video diary or wrote a certain paragraph in the novel that we're working on. I could probably like write a whole essay on all of the things in which people second guess themselves and create these narratives in their heads when it's really just not that deep. And I think that there's nuance. Like, yes, of course, life is fucking deep. Like, I am that bitch to be like, what is the purpose of life? Like, what is my life's purpose? Like, oh my God, are there aliens out there? When like, I can't even. It's blah, 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 blah. But I will be that bitch. Because yes, life is so fucking deep and there is so much nuance and so much richness and sweetness to life and things to uncover and wilds to explore and venture upon, both internally and externally. But when it comes to our mind, sometimes we use that power of our imagination and our creativity to create things that literally just are us spewing bullshit. Spewing straight up a hot lava stream of bullshit and pulling shit straight from our ass to have us have something to worry about and to have us have something to second guess or to fear or to have doubts about. And I think that I've really been trying to hone in on the fact that these are just lies that my mind is spinning for me. My sister said the other day, and my sister is one of my greatest teachers. She's actually very, very Christian and very, very religious. And she's been one of my greatest teachers because I'm the opposite of that. Like, I'm like way over here. I am very spiritual. I'm very woo-woo. She said to me, I had texted her because we were having a conversation about Jesus, as one does, as a religious person and a woo-woo spiritual person does. A very healthy conversation. And I texted her afterwards and I was just like, thank you for holding this space for me. I'm sorry. Again, I'm sorry. We always apologize and we don't need to apologize. I said, I'm sorry if sometimes I don't make sense when I'm trying to explain my point of view. It's something that I'm still exploring within myself because I'm very early on my spiritual woo-woo journey. And she is very rooted in her religion. I see her as so much further ahead than me, even though we are exploring different realms of spirituality. And so sometimes I feel like I have to live up to a certain standard when we're having these conversations because she is so educated on her side and I'm so baby on my side. I am so goo gaga. I have no idea what I'm talking about on my side. Like, I've only been on this journey the past 9 months. As I am speaking, I am learning and I am growing. This is not one of those video diaries or podcasts where they just always make sense and are spitting facts. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing. But I have this feeling that I have to go deep and I have to be able to hold myself in these conversations versus letting go of this seriousness that I feel whenever I speak to her and then doing the quintessential dumb bitch saying, I'm sorry. We as women apologize. And she literally, okay, let me get to the point that I was trying to say. She said to me afterwards, those are lies that you are telling yourself. You do not have to apologize. And I was like, damn, yeah, they are lies that I'm telling myself. Why would I need to apologize to my own sister because I'm not as far ahead in my journey when we're holding these conversations over spirituality? We are just holding space for one another, and we are two women having a very healthy and educated conversation. And just because one is further along than the other doesn't mean that one is less than the other, and doesn't mean that I have to hold myself to this certain standard and always have to be able to go so deep in every single conversation that I have, because it's not that fucking deep. And I do not need to hold this expectation of myself when I have these conversations with people, and I don't have to apologize for quite literally existing. I just for so long have wanted things to make sense and to go a certain way and to be on a certain timeline. And I have wanted to be able to present myself in a way that is socially acceptable and perceivable by others. And I really have to let that go and be like, it's out of your control, and melt into that. It is out of my control. Now, moving forward, I'm really trying to alchemize and metabolize the truth, which is I only need to be content and sturdy within myself. I do not need to find that externally. I can only find that internally. And that power is only going to come from myself. It is not going to come from anybody else. It is not going to come from any environment, any home, any person, any job, whatever have you. I can only find that power within myself. And that is where the true deepness comes in. The true deepness comes from your own sacred truth and from those sacred pauses of what is your truth in that moment versus you handing over your power to external factors and you worshiping these people or these things or these places or these jobs as if they're a god, like as if like they are the ones that give you sovereignty, but you are the only person that can find sovereignty within yourself, and you are the only person that can hand sovereignty over to you, hand it over back to you, because you always had it to begin with. You've just lost it along the way because being a human girl in the human world is a bit frazzling, and it can be a lot, and it can be confusing. And I'm really trying to, again, just like alchemize that and digest that and embody it, and not just think it, but truly feel it and hold myself in that way. We're having the Lionsgate portal currently, and everybody's like, okay, so you need to do your manifestations, and you need to like journal about what you want in this world, and you need to step into your own power. And I'm like, oh my God, like there are all these things that I need to do, and I need to do it perfectly, because if I don't do it perfectly, then my manifestations aren't going to come to light. And if I don't embody abundance and I have scarcity mindset and fear, then like I'm only going to bring about scarcity and fear. And I get stuck in this cycle of trying to have my manifestations be perfect. Sometimes I need to take a moment to just tell myself what is meant for me is going to come my way. And I cannot get so wrapped up in all of these, again, like tales that I spin to make me feel as if I'm inferior for things to come forth for me because I am not thinking perfectly. My manifestations aren't thinking perfectly. Like I have to be in abundance mindset 24/7. Then you'll be on Instagram and like see these people talking about manifestation and abundance, and they'll be like, okay, so like set an alarm for like every hour that like you just made $1 million. And I'm like, I cannot do that. Like, even just speaking about it, I like get all like in a hizzy dizzy wizzy. Like I get so uncomfortable by it because it's all of these do X, Y, and Z in order to find fulfillment. And I'm like, I'm done with that. I am done with that. I am done with trying to have everything be perfect. Like I will have moments of abundance, but I will also have moments of scarcity. I will have moments of hope, but I will also have moments of fear. And that is where the duality comes in. And that is where it's not that fucking deep comes in, because with duality comes yes and yes but. It comes with the yes and it comes with the no. It is not one thing fully. It is not black and white. Like there is that gray area where it's like two things can exist at once. You can be manifesting something, but then you can also have fears about it. And I think that like in that community, it's like you have to be 100% about it, and you have to like walk as if you already have that thing that you're manifesting, and you have to always hold gratitude, and it's ebbs and flows that you go in, and it's okay that you have good days and you have bad days, and it doesn't have to be that deep. It doesn't have to be that deep, girly pop. And there's this quote that I saw this morning as I was just scrolling on Pinterest. I can't speak today. I don't know who the quote is by, but it says, "You can't fuck up anything that is meant for you. So stop being so scared of what will happen. Trust your intuition and let your heart and soul guide you on this journey. I promise you, you cannot mess up anything that is meant for you." Whether it is a relationship, whether it is a job, whether it is a home, whatever it may be. I think that sometimes we get so caught up in our head of, am I making the right decisions? Is my mindset aligned with what I want to bring forth? Am I manifesting it correctly? And it's just like, shut the fuck up. Like, shut the fuck up. And shut up. Like, I see all of these videos on YouTube, and it's all of these people that are like, selling these like manifestation guidebooks and how to do this and how to bring in abundance and how to heal and how to like bring forth your dream partner or your dream husband or wife or your dream car or your dream home. And it's like, literally shut the fuck up. Like, chill out. It is not that deep. And yes, we should be doing all of these things. We should be having moments of abundance and have these moments of gratitude. But like, I think that sometimes for me personally, I get so caught up in it, and I get so wrapped up in a hizzy frizzy dizzy over whether I'm doing things correctly. And I think with manifestation, I hear a lot of people say, well, you don't want it hard enough. And I'm like, I think you need to want it less. If anything, I think you need to detach yourself from wanting it. And you need to detach yourself from these outcomes. And again, it doesn't even have to be with a relationship or a job, we get so caught up in the future of whether or not they'll continue talking to us or they'll respond back to us or whether they will perceive us in the way in which we want to be perceived. And it's like, girl, you only have the present moment. Like, we need to really focus on the present moment and what is in front of you right now, currently, and enjoy what is in front of you right now, currently. And also, you'll have moments of not enjoying it. You'll have moments of you just like going through it and moving through the emotions of fear, of doubt, of scarcity, and then having those moments of joy and abundance and happiness. And I think like really sitting in that duality and being like, it's okay. I think that there are a lot of people in the spiritual community where it's just like love and light everywhere, like peace and love for all. And yes, obviously, but it is not always like that all the time. And it really like doesn't have to be that deep of we have to do all of these things and do all of this healing and like do all of these crazy breathing exercises and have all of these like radical transformations and go and do fucking ayahuasca and fucking like, I don't even know where they do ayahuasca, but somewhere with a shaman. Like, yes, go do those things if you're feeling called to do that. But I feel like sometimes we get like wrapped up in healing and in growing as if it is like this marketing campaign and this thing of like, how far can I get in my healing journey and like how deep can I go? And yes, like go deep, because again, nuance. Life is very deep and like there is so much more to it than we can even perceive. But also it's not. I don't know if you can see this, but it's like a little flower that I just found. I don't even know where this came from. But anyways, like the nuance of that is so beautiful. And I think like, again, yes to all of those things, but also can we focus on like the opposite of it, of just chill out, just literally like take a fucking chill pill, go bake some chocolate chip cookies, play Hello Kitty Island Adventure, like just relax and receive and work through whatever it is that is presenting itself to you in that moment. And take sacred pauses to find out what is your truth in that moment. What is your truth and what is it that you do want to bring forth? And what is it that feels right to you versus what is it that feels right to other people or society's expectation or perceival? I don't know if that's a word. Perceival of you? Perception of you. And just, yeah, go fucking drink a matcha, bitch. Go make a cup of herbal tea. Go and touch grass. Go and do more than touch grass. Go and take a walk. Go and take a full-on, full-embodied walk and just hang out and ask yourself, can I begin trusting myself to find that truth within me versus always trying to find it externally and trying to seek this validation externally? Because it's not that deep. And we don't have to be jumping through hoops in order to fit into the mold that other people have of us or society has of us, that we have for ourselves. Like, let's melt all of that away down to like the yummy little teeny tiny jelly within us all that is our inner child and is our core. And really drop into that whenever you can, and drop into that in the moments where you feel like life is a lot and you are spiraling and creating these narratives that are just that. They're just narratives within your head of you trying to make sense of something because it makes you uncomfortable in that moment. And a lot of the times we just have to sit with that discomfort rather than trying to make it into something that it's not, and rather than trying to use our imagination and weaponizing our imagination against us to create these dramas that don't exist. I think that we really have to strip it all away, strip it back, get bare ass naked, and just hang out with ourselves and be in our bodies in that moment and ask ourselves, how do we feel about this? Not how do they feel about it? How do we feel about it? Because when we start bringing all of these external scenarios into it and we start spinning this tale within our mind's eye, we are making it deeper than it really is, because the only deepness we have to go is the deepness within ourselves. There are also moments where I'm like, I don't have to be that serious right now, and I can take time to receive and to enjoy and to have joy. And I think that a lot of the times whenever I have moments of joy or I have moments of receiving, it's almost as if like I feel guilty or shameful because I'm like, I don't have it all figured out yet. Like, why would I be able to receive right now? Why would I be able to have joy right now? And it's like, girl, what the fuck? Like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, you only have the present moment. Why would you not enjoy what is being given to you in the present moment at this very moment in time? Even as I'm looking around right now, I'm sitting outside. There's an apple orchard in front of me full of ripe, yummy, sweet apples. There are dandelions all over the place. There are a flock of birds that are flying by in the distance. Every morning, there's this little herd of deer that comes by and walks by the windows outside and grazes in the grass. And there are two little does, two little babies that come with them. And it's like nature is abundance and nature is a celebration in and of itself. Nature does not have this scarcity and this doubt and this fear that we hold as humans. And I think that sometimes we forget that we are a part of that. We are not separate from that. We are a part of the flow of nature. Like literally just like go and zoom in on a picture of someone's fucking lungs or our DNA or the way in which our palm lines run through our hands. Like all of this can be found in nature because we are pieces of that and we have separated ourselves from it to the point that we just live in this state of scarcity and doubt and fear and narratives that we spin all the time because we have this beautiful, amazing thing called the imagination. But when you flip it on its head, it can really become this egoic sense of despair for us because we go into things being so fucking deep. And like, again, the nuance. Yes, there's so much deepness and so much richness to life, but also there's not. Also, it doesn't have to be that deep all the time. And I don't have to feel as if I have to like wait until a certain point in order to be able to enjoy it because I've figured things out. Because plot twist, bitch, you're never going to have things figured out. Like, you're never going to reach that point of accumulation, like where you feel as if you have made it or you have reached the pinnacle. It is always going to be this chase if you're always focused on the future. And I think that in stripping it back to the present moment, that is where we are able to see like it is so deep, but it is also so fucking not at the same time because the present moment is literally just that. It is just us being here and experiencing and receiving. If you are thinking to yourselves, well, what am I going to do with my life? What is my purpose? I'm very guilty of this. I'll be like, I'll go into the future. I'll be like, okay, well, then I'll do this or I'll do this. Or if this doesn't work out, I'll do this. We cannot control these things. We just have to feel how we're feeling in that moment, which is unsure, and then drop back into our bodies and continue moving forward from there and bring gratitude and presence into our day. I think that we really need to strip it down because there's so much information circulating right now that it just becomes so overwhelming for someone like you and I that's just like scrolling through and like trying to be like, well, what do I do with my life? And it's like, I'm just here to be like, girl, I don't fucking know. Me neither. I don't know what I'm doing either. But we're out here and we're figuring it out and we can figure it out together. So that was a long tangent. I hope that, you know, it resonated and that it's something that you can, you know, maybe take away from it that it's not that fucking deep. Take away from it that this video is not that fucking deep. I'm just living. Living my life. I'm just existing. I am just becoming. And I hope that it continues to be a beautiful and wonderful and amazing and magical mystical journey for me. And I hope that it is the same for you as well. So thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you made it to the end of this video, drop a little tiger emoji in the comments. I've never done that before. That felt really funny, but I'm going to say it anyway. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, bye guys. Oh, my back is killing me. I gotta go. Bye.